Hello, good day to you all. Welcome to Reelism, the podcast, a show that's passionate about the film world and all the universes within it. My name is Ken, and today we are reviewing Barbie. We do have a special guest. We have Reelism Barbie here with us today.
Hey.
Hello. AKA Mick Murphy. If you listen to past episodes, Seth Murphy, who's guest on the show, this is his sister. So, brother Ken, Sether, Mick Murphy, and Mick Murphy here. So welcome to Reelism. Your first time on the show.
It is.
Oh my
Thanks
God.
for having me.
Yeah, for real. So I went to see Barbie with my wife and all of our friends, and you as well.
Yeah.
So we had Kayla, we had Abby, we had Hannah, we had Cass, and then we had Mick. We all saw it together. I actually sat separately because it was so packed and whatnot, but it was just such a good time and movie, and we're just gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Literally. So first off, what is your relationship with movies? Like, are you like an avid moviegoer, or are you like casual moviegoer?
So I have like a weird relationship with movies. Like, I used to be like, if it's popular, I'm going to it.
Yeah.
Just low expectations. But, my brother, Seth, he's really into film, and that kind of got me into film.
Okay.
And it's so funny because I'll be talking about a movie and my friends will be like, I'd never seen that. And I'm like, dude, you have to see it. And then the next time we hang out, we're watching that movie.
Love
so
that.
I'm like,
That's a good friend.
yeah.
I just posted something the other day on Instagram where it said friends who show you new TV shows or series or movies are very valuable or whatever, or very important.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I know my value. Do you? You need to keep that, needs to be alive forever. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Proud
Thank
friend
you.
moment.
Thank you.
What would you say before we talk into Barbie and everything like that? What would you say are some of your favorite movies, just to get a sense of your personality, or what kind of stuff you like to watch?
Yeah. So I kind of have this nostalgia to me. My whole aesthetic is kind of old Hollywood, classic.
Okay.
Ironically, one of my favorite movies is actually kind of a more newer movie. It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it also references the 60s, which is my favorite era in fashion, Hollywood music,
Absolutely.
all that stuff. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite movie. I really like Jaws, the first movie. The nostalgia behind it is awesome.
Absolutely.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. So really into the retro stuff. So
Okay, that's what's up. If you guys don't know already, outside of this, if we're not watching movies, all of us, Seth, Mick, me, my wife Kayla, Abby, all them, we're all into fashion. So we all have our style that we've kind of not perfected, but we're always exploring, experimenting with. But also we dressed up today.
Yeah,
love the hat.
Thank you.
Love the pink. We did dress up in the theater too. We did not hesitate. I think you showed out. You went with the whole dress, right?
Yeah.
Where's that dress from?
I think it's Fashion Nova actually.
Okay.
It was my birthday dress and I was in a pinch and Fashion Nova came through,
Oh
so.
my gosh. And then look, you got to use it again for Barbie.
I know. It was so cute because a couple little kids actually thought it was Barbie and
Oh my god.
fed into my ego a little bit.
That's
but.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. Everyone was into it because they were all saying, "Hey Ken, hey Barbie."
Yeah.
I was like, I love this.
It was so cool.
Oh my gosh. So you like the retro stuff. What kind of TV shows are you into? We were talking beforehand. You said you're watching Community right now. Love Community. I think I've only watched it one time through, but it's such a great show. It's really
Absolutely.
well written. Who's your favorite character on there?
It varies from time to time. Well, it's literally either Troy or Abed.
Okay.
One of those two.
Yeah, Troy Robert is really good. Have you seen the whole series?
Mhm.
So, spoiler alert, sad day that everyone started leaving the show.
I know.
But apparently they're working on a movie and the whole cast is getting back, minus Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Which, okay, whatever. Okay. Don't really need him in. Wait, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
He died in the series, though.
In the series, though, that's right.
Yeah.
We don't need him back anyway. He's a jerk.
Facts.
Put it politely. All right. What other TV shows are you into?
I'm really into sitcoms. I like New Girl.
Yeah.
I've been watching Friends a lot. People are like, oh, Friends is so chuggy. Personally, I love it because it's my comfort show and I watch it while I eat.
Okay.
So it's
Friends is a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you sit down and watch, like, mindlessly, like,
Yeah.
there's plenty of those. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's what sitcoms do for a lot of people. Like The Office or, like, Seinfeld.
I love
Seth,
Seinfeld.
Yeah. I mean, Seth is obsessed with it too, right?
Yeah.
Freaking, oh my gosh.
Whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
We just sit down and watch it, like, all together. It's funny.
Awesome. I love, one of my favorite, I mean, obviously not the end of the series, but, like, How I Met Your Mother is just, like, a
That's a good one.
guilty pleasure. Just sit there and just watch it all day long.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, let's get into it.
All right.
Barbie, directed and written partially by Greta Gerwig, stars Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu, Issa Rae, tons of other people in the film. Great movie. I rated it. I haven't rated it on social media yet, but I would give that like a solid, like, for me, entertainment, general, written, symbolism, plot. There's not really plot twists, but like things in there. I would give it a solid like 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a rating for it, what would you like give it? Like,
See, I grew up with Barbie and I had high expectations. I said before, like, I go in with low expectations, but since I am a Barbie girl, you know, I was like, okay, they better do my girl justice. And they delivered.
okay.
And I personally went off of like the storyline, the nostalgia. I was hoping they would reference like a weird Barbie, and then when I saw Kate McKinnon in the trailer, I was like, they casted her perfectly. The casting was just spot on.
Yeah.
Like, everything was just like to my liking. So I was like, okay, I can't rate this like, you know, anything below a 10.
Yeah.
Because it was just, everything was just perfect how I imagined it.
Okay.
And even better.
Yeah, I think if they did it, any Barbie movie, they did it like the best they could.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was really well done. I thought it was written really well. I thought the dialogue was spot on as far as like how they would be like dolls in Barbie land, unconscious of the real world kind of thing, and then like just implementing all those jokes and like, oh yeah, I don't like, and then when they come into the real world, like how they handled everything and talk to people and whatever.
Yeah.
When they encountered the construction workers,
Oh my gosh.
like that lines of dialogue was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And then all the quotable quotes on there, like obviously I remember a lot of the Ken stuff.
Yeah.
But also a lot of the Barbie stuff. But like Mojo Dojo Casa House is just like my favorite like thing in there. And the whole patriotic line, patriarchy line or whatever. It was just like, I was about patriarchy until I found out it wasn't about horses.
Yeah.
Such a good time. What were some of your favorite moments of the movie?
Oh my goodness. I really liked when, like, the daughter, I can't really remember her name, but the daughter was like talking at Barbie and she's like, you're the reason what's like wrong with the world. And it's like, but growing up, like, I didn't see Barbie as like a competitor or anything. So I was like, excuse me, like,
Yeah.
and when she was like, men hate women, women hate women, that's the only thing we have in common, I was like, dang, like,
Yeah.
serving realness. And like, that's what I really liked about it. It was like serving realness throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
It was really rad. I agree. Like, it pointed out some stuff. There's a lot of symbolism in there. I think the overall theme, I mean, you can tell me if you agree or disagree. Like, what I would say, like, it's just feminism in general.
Yeah.
So it just, like, it wasn't really political about it.
Yeah.
I think there was some moments in it that could lead you to a annoyance or something. But
Yeah.
overall, I think they did it, like, pretty tastefully and pretty, like, entertainingly. Like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think they did a really good job of, like, representation? I mean, I feel like the obvious of it, like, diversity in there.
Yeah.
And because they do have those Barbies out there.
Yeah.
And then they crack those jokes about, like, how they tried to do, and it was, like, too much kind of deal. Like, you, as a woman.
Yes.
What would you say, like, really, did it really do something for you? Did you really, like, you think the representation was well, or did you just think, like, not to get too deep into it, but, like...
No, I love getting deep.
Okay.
I'm a psychology major.
Okay,
Let's go.
there you go. Like, what did you think of it, like, psyche-wise?
Yeah, there were some definite parts where I felt like, you know, wow, I definitely relate to this. Like, I mean, y'all don't know this, but I'm a natural redhead. So growing up, like, I saw Barbie and I was like, dang, like I want to have a redheaded Barbie. And then my grandma got me the Midge doll, and I thought it was so cool having like a redhead Barbie, and I really appreciate that in this Barbie movie that there's just like this diverse cast that like other little girls and other like children can see, like, yo, there's like dolls that look like you. I thought that was really cool that there were a bunch of different looking Barbies in the whole movie. And like when she goes to the real world, I was like, oh my gosh, like I've experienced this before with like, you know, just the construction scene. I was just like, oh my gosh, I've literally lived this before.
Oh, wow.
And I really appreciated that like Greta didn't like write the movie to say that women are better than men. I noticed that like in Barbie Land, like, you know, the Kens weren't, you know, catcalled, they weren't all that stuff, but in the real world, Barbie was.
Yeah.
And like it went to show that yes, like, you know, the Barbies didn't make Kens feel that type of way, but they made them feel a different type of way. Like they were kind of forgotten about, I guess, like cast aside. But yeah, and she wrote it in a way where it's like no different like kinds of patriarchy would be like good, because it's like if a woman ruled society, you know, the other people are going to feel left out, cast aside, and then obviously, you know, the real world, women are, you know, subject to all that stuff. So I thought it was really cool how she wrote, like, you know, goes both ways, I guess.
Yeah. I think it was a really like good job as far as like on the men's side too, like for the Kens. Like obviously like they implemented a lot of stereotypes and cliches throughout the film, the entire film.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really funny. It's like in your mind you're just like, that's not what guys do. Like you could probably say that quickly, but you're like, oh, I see what they're trying to do. Like so, and they gave everyone that sense of like pushed asideness or like in value, like, or like less value, like, oh hey, like you're Ken, like you're and then in the real world it's like, oh, you're a woman, like you're like, so it kind of just gave you both sides. I feel like, well, obviously the overall like not theme but like overall like message was just like, hey, no matter what kind of world we live in, if one is ruling over the other, it's just not going to be good. Someone's getting left out or someone is feeling poor. And obviously like equality is like the dream in the perfect world, but like obviously working towards that is like really the mindset we should be. Like obviously that's going to take a long time if it is ever to happen. Yeah, a lot of people won't think, but anyway, I think they did a really good job overall, and I loved the cast. I think like every single person did a really good job. I think everyone had like that one line that just like made me laugh the whole time. I'll be honest, a lot of people said this is Ryan Gosling, one of his better like acting roles. I would say it is a little different shift because he's usually either like in a dark indie movie or he's in like a cool guy, like I don't know, like hipster role kind of.
I get what you're saying.
So it was really refreshing to see him do something just completely out there, like, and I really liked it. What did you think of like? We'll get to our main girl, Australia. But what did you think of Ryan Gosling's like performance? So
I thought it was kind of interesting how he was treated when they announced that he was cast as Ken, and I noticed how like they were saying, oh, he's too old, he wouldn't, you know, look good as Ken, he won't, you know, da 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 da. And I was like, this is what literally all women in Hollywood go through, and they go above and beyond to prove them wrong. And I feel like he literally like devoured that role, and I was like, wow. And he proved them wrong, and all those same people saying like kind of like he's too old are like singing that I'm Just Ken song, and like, you know, he's an icon. Like
music numbers were really
phenomenal.
Good. I thought they did I was like, wow, okay, this is really cool. I wasn't expecting too many. I mean, I saw some clips from there, but I didn't know like how it made it into the film or whatnot. But apparently there was a song that was left out of the film.
Really?
Like a fart opera whole segment was just deleted out of the film. And I was like, why? Like I kind of want
kind of funny.
I kind of want to see that. Like, but hopefully like whenever they comes out for streaming or anything, we'll get some like deleted behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So every other Barbie in there, did you see anybody that you I saw, apparently there was a lot of cameos, apparently there's a lot of people that I didn't see or whatever. Did you notice some like cameos you're like, oh my gosh, like so-and-so, like...
I mean, I can't like recall, like I did recognize like almost everyone on the screen, but I can't like be like, oh my gosh, like I knew who that was.
Yeah.
But I recognize fairly everyone from the cast, so.
Okay. Yeah, the biggest one I think I saw like that wasn't like part of the main cast was John Cena.
Oh yeah.
Which like threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Apparently Dua Lipa was in there.
Yeah, she was a mermaid.
Oh, she was a mermaid? Okay. I guess like I just didn't like think of it like
yeah.
I wasn't looking for anybody either. I wasn't like, oh, where are all my cameos at? Like
yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, I mean, I did kind of recall like I leaned over to Abby actually, and I was like it was the Ken with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And I leaned over to her. I was like, "That's Chris Evans's brother." And
Chris
then
Evans's brother?
Yeah, Scott Evans.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and cuz I recognized him from like different like red carpet events cuz he would go with Chris. So I was like, "That's Scott Evans." And then he rolled up in the credits. So I was like,
there you go.
Yeah.
Looking out. I did notice one guy. Have you watched Secret Invasion yet?
With Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen like bits and pieces
of it. One
of
of the main actors that plays one of the Skrulls, he was one of the Kens, but he was like not as muscular as he was in Secret Invasion.
Huh.
And he has a different haircut. But it was the one that was like assistant Ken to like main Ken, I guess. He was like he was just like, oh my gosh, I want to be you. And the one he gave the fur coat to at the end.
Yeah.
Like that, I forget the actor's name, but he's in Secret Invasion. That's apparently the same guy. Oh. And I really didn't recognize him. And I just started watching Secret Invasion a couple weeks before I saw Barbie. So I was like, why does that guy look so familiar? And I was like, oh, that's that actor.
I love when that happens.
Yeah.
It's like, whoop, whoop.
I mean, he's just locked in. Also, I didn't know it was a Warner Brothers film. I guess I just affiliate like Greta Gerwig with like A24 and movies like that.
Yeah.
So when I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a big studio film. Like this is like a big deal.
Yeah.
But they did such a great job with like sets because apparently all of it was like practical, most of it, and like most of the driving scenes from Barbie World to the real world or Barbie Land.
Yeah, Barbie Land.
Barbie Land to the real world. There were some characters in there that were kind of annoying. We're getting to our girl Margot in just 1 second, but like I think Will Ferrell's character was kind of like, I feel like a lot of people could have done anybody with that, but I guess like everyone just loves Will Ferrell enough. They're just like, oh, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm tired of seeing Will Ferrell in those kind of like roles. Like
yeah, because didn't he play like kind of the same role in the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he kind of just played like this role like in other movies as well.
Yeah.
That I can't think of, but I was very like, what the heck? Like
yeah.
Like I've seen this already. Like
yeah,
come on, my
definitely
guy.
like typecasted.
Yeah. I did think that America Ferrera did a great job. The mother-daughter like side of things. I think they really hit on a lot of like different types of like womanhood. Would you say? Like would you agree? And kind of deal and implementing like just like I don't know, like those types of lifestyles as far as diversity goes, different themes and all that. Was there like a favorite outfit you saw throughout the film?
Ooh, yeah. I liked Disco Barbie's outfit, like the little jumpsuit. And obviously the cowgirl outfit. You best believe I'm gonna be dressing like cowgirl Barbie for Halloween. Mark my words.
I want since Simu Liu was in there, I think that just made it that much better for like all guys. I feel like a lot of sororities and frat parties are going to be doing this for Halloween this year because it would work easily. Yeah. But I also am like, oh my gosh, like I kind of want to do Cowboy Ken like that. I thought those fits were fire.
They were.
I thought they were really spot on and really cool. But I do think like some of Simu Liu's ones I could get away with. And I'm trying to think of what we could do for like, because I think Kayla wants to do like a theme one. I'm like, maybe not. We might see. But the whole weekend overall was great. I mean, you participated in Barbie armor, whatever. You saw Oppenheimer as well?
Yes, I did.
Just real quick, what did you think?
So I thought it was really cool how it was like shot in color and then black and white and like the little scenes and stuff. And like Emily Blunt, 8. She did an amazing job.
She's a great actress.
And I thought, like, obviously Killian did amazing, you know, representing the Murphy name.
Oh my God.
No relation, I don't think. But yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, talking about killing it, we're getting to our girl Margot. I feel like it could have been a cliche, but I feel like I heard there was 2 other actresses before they ended up with her.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly could see her being Barbie. Obviously now, I meant like when I heard about her being casted with it, I'm like, but is that like the obvious choice, or is that what they're trying to like message here, or like throw us off with, or whatever? But overall, I really thought about it, and I'm just like, Margot Robbie has like really good range.
Mm-hmm.
She can do a lot of different things. I keep forgetting she's Australian.
Yeah.
So every time I see an interview with her, it throws me off because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're just such a great like actor in general. Like you just embrace yourself into these roles, and I feel like she's like open-minded enough where she can like it won't go to her head, or she's not trying to be like too out there about her roles or whatever. Mm-hmm. She's just like, yeah, this is an important role, so I'm gonna take it seriously, because she really hit on the emotional scenes, the funny scenes, everything else. What did you think overall of her performance?
I think she did phenomenal. Like, she, again, like reiterating what you said about her range, like, I mean, for like a solid like 2 years, I thought she had like a Jersey accent, like for real. And then I heard her talk, and I was like, what the heck? Like, this woman. And she did a really good job. And like, I mean, I didn't expect her to be like that funny. Like, she delivered those like lines really well, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, she's a funny girl.
Yeah, she really good. I think she obviously being blonde just helps.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously she's like fit, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, so the costume design and like going into her outfits and like kind of looking like Barbie, like the opening scene where like Barbie is like created.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I thought that was really like accurate. I was like, oh wow, they're like really doing a really good job with this, because wasn't that like what the first Barbie looked like? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh wow, they did a really good job. And then like all the parody spoofs, whatever, because that was like from what's it called, Creation of the World or something like that, or History of the World Part 1, like a Mel Blanc film. Not Mel Blanc, is it Mel Blanc? Anyway, but yeah, I thought she did a really good job. Great actress. Can't wait to see what she does. Love Ryan Gosling as well.
Love him.
Like, honestly, main reason why I saw it, but I was like, man, Greta Gerwig is just like on fire right now.
Yeah.
Like, she acts, she directs, she writes, so she's killing it. I think she, the writer with her was the guy who wrote and directed. I know they both wrote it, but I think he directed Frances Ha, where she is the main actress in.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
I haven't.
You should watch that. She's the main actress.
I will watch that.
It's actually pretty entertaining. It's like an indie film. And then I think they're writing partners on a lot of stuff, but she also was in this Netflix film with Adam Driver called White Noise. She plays the mom in there.
Okay.
But she's like killing it. She's like directing all these great movies. Have you seen Lady Bird?
Yes, I have.
Love Lady Bird.
It's a great movie.
So that's why I feel like at A24, I'm like, oh, this is a Warner Brother picture
Yeah.
of her? That's crazy. Like, she's like moving up in the world.
Proud.
So, but they really should. These indie directors are killing it right now. Obviously, like Christopher Nolan implemented like indie style stuff to make his big budget film, which is insane. So they're killing it right now. Overall, what did you think at the end of the film with the whole like Ruth thing and like the whole like twist of like Barbie, spoiler alert, becoming a real person?
I thought it was really cool, like, because she said that she wanted to create ideas, not be the idea anymore. And I think that's, like, it's a really good message, like, you know, take it however you want to, but it was really cool, like, hearing that as a woman, you know, she wanted to go into the real world, like, start her life, you know, go through all the joys and pain of being a human, because, you know, it's better to have loved and lost than to never love at all. And I thought that was really cool, you know.
Yeah.
Just seeing that. It's like a sacrifice, but was it really, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I feel that. I thought it was an interesting take ending the film.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was too deep enough where you really had to think about like, oh, so there's like this spiritual, magical side of things that we don't understand, that we're just kind of have to use our imaginations to go. It's like, yeah, it's a Barbie movie. Barbie isn't real.
Yeah.
The dolls and the stuff, like they had to use their imaginations to play with it. That's literally why Barbie was experiencing real world things, because of the person who was playing with her.
Yeah.
Was like, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like kind of confused, not confused. I was just like, oh, that's the take. You're just gonna go with it. And I thought about it more. I'm like, oh no, actually, that's probably a really good take on it. So I thought it was really fun. Obviously, the ending dialogue was hilarious because you thought it was like a job interview or something serious with her perks and everything. And then she's like, yeah, how can I help you? And then what name did she choose? Barbara?
Barbara Handler.
Barbara Handler. Okay. And am I missing why that reference is? I'm totally missing. I know Barbara because Barbie, but like that was her daughter's name, right?
Her full name is Barbara Millicent, I want to say Roberts. It's not Handler. I'm going to fact check myself real quick.
Oh, Barbie's real name?
Yeah,
okay.
It's not a reference to Barbie's real name. But I did actually look this up last night because I was watching Barbie in the Dream House. Don't judge me. It's a really good show. Barbie's full name. If I can spell... Yeah, I was right. Barbie Millicent Roberts.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know what the handler was.
Maybe. What was the creator's name? Ruth something?
Probably Ruth Handler, actually.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Okay, because not Mattel. Mattel's just the company of who owns Barbie, right?
Yeah, they kind of took over.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, and then she's at an appointment for a gynecologist. I thought that was hilarious. Spoiler, sorry.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really funny, and just shows you like this film wasn't supposed to be like taken so deep and serious.
Yeah.
Like it kind of relieves you of that like, wait, she's like a real person now. Like what's up with that? Like,
yeah.
Whoa. Like no, stop. Like it's not that serious. Like I feel like Greta Gerwig wrote that in there. It's just like there. It's not that serious.
And on a light note, cause like I don't know about y'all, but I was over there like having like, oh my gosh, like I need to text my mom and tell her I love her. And then like that scene happened. I was like, oh, I better know. But I did text my mom and told her I love her.
That's awesome. It was really good though. Overall, I loved it. I'm so glad that everyone's into film like this still. Like we still have these movies. It doesn't have to be like a Marvel film or superhero film.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big blockbuster to get people into the theater. This was just like, it made so much money over its first weekend.
Yeah.
It was setting records with Oppenheimer. And like that whole, like it was an event for this year.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it is. I can't wait for the rest of the year. This year has been so good so far. Are there any other movies you're looking forward to this year?
No, not really. I'm looking forward to like Wicked next year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, there's some tea with that, but I feel like it's gonna be really, really good.
Yeah. Any last minute thoughts or notes on Barbie?
Oh yeah, the different like toys and stuff, like the pooping dog. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Like the weird Barbie's dog.
Oh yeah.
I had that. It was so funny seeing like all the toys that I had, like obviously like Midge and stuff, and I'm like, and Alan, oh my gosh.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Alan?
Yeah, until I watched the movie.
I loved Alan. He's
Alan?
No, I didn't have one, but I love him.
Oh my gosh.
And Michael Cera did a really good job. They casted him perfectly too. But I loved Alan. He's a precious gem of man. Must be protected at all costs.
Oh my gosh.
But
national treasure.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Love me some Michael Cera.
Well, if you haven't seen Barbie, it's a great film. You should see it in theaters. I'm pretty sure it's still in theaters. It'll probably be in theaters for a couple more weeks or so. Go see it with a friend. Wear pink. Have fun with it. It was such a great movie. It was one of the greatest movie events of this year, if not in the past few years, besides a Marvel film. But if you haven't seen it, we highly recommend it. Barbie, thank you for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me, Ken.
Of course. It won't be the last time unless you say no. But until then, thank you so much.